Hello, hello, hello. I hope this is working. It looked like I was having signal difficulty. So this morning, I already put the name up above on the video of the name of this video, and it's Poop Thoughts Part 2. So not a lot of people watched yesterday's video, and really you don't have to watch it, because what I want to do is bring through information today that takes that and really unpacks it in a more valuable way. So let me just tune in here for a moment because I want to get right to it. First of all, I've been really incredibly busy this week. Hey Donna, welcome. I've been incredibly busy this week working with clients and doing readings and business consulting, and it's been really incredible. And I've not really had so much time to dedicate to these videos, so I haven't felt as tuned in and connected as I often do. But right now, I've spent a lot of time in meditation this morning and really tuned into what I want to bring forward. Now today, here in Bali is the 31st of March, and it's the 30th in the States, in the western part of the world, and it's the 31st here in the eastern part of the world. And we are in now the segment of time that is the full moon. So the full moon is a time when we really can bring things to fruition, where the energies are really full and ripe for whatever it is we would like to do or bring forward. And so there's an intensity level that can happen there, and we can be sort of victims of that in a way, or we can use that and harness that activated energy to set our intention of what we want. This full moon is in Libra, the sign of Libra. And Libra is the sign of the other and relationships and considering the other, or having the other reflect or mirror us. So what does this have to do with poop thoughts? Poop thoughts is a little phrase that came up yesterday as I was speaking, because I was talking about when we have a lot of nasty, toxic thoughts going on in our minds when we're not paying attention. It's like poop between the ears, and then my friend Tammy put a comment in there, poop thoughts. So it's kind of funny, but it's also really true. So today's theme is Poop Thoughts Part 2. How to heal our minds in order to empower our lives. Hi Lorraine, welcome. So here's what I want to really emphasize again. I've said this in many ways, and this is not my original thoughts. This is my work and my message, my personal work right now as well. We are creator beings, and our thoughts create, whether we're conscious of them or not. And so when we spend our lives allowing our minds to think random thoughts and go down rabbit holes of judgment and opinion and criticism and violence, negativity, cynicism, victimization, you name it, the host of poop thoughts, without management, we are actually miscreating not only our lives, but putting into the collective field that negative frequency. And this is not my original teaching. In fact, in a way you could say I'm not really qualified to teach this, except that I feel like it's so important I have to bring it forward, and this message needs to be spread as far and as wide as possible. That our unmanaged, mismanaged, negative, fearful, critical, hateful, angry, resentful, watching the news all the time and getting caught up in the negativity thoughts, all of that stuff is miscreating on the planet. So what do we do about it? What do we do about it? We have to begin to observe our thoughts and to heal them, to heal our mind of all of this mismanaged, unrestrained thinking our thoughts are secret. They're not secrets. They're not secret. They show up as your life. We have to have ways to begin to heal and purify our minds. So again, I refer to the Course in Miracles. I am not a qualified Course in Miracles teacher at all. I am a new student of the Course. I also refer to the Ho'oponopono prayer of the Hawaiian Huna tradition. Again, I am not an expert at this. I am a student of this. However, I feel that there are a few key tools that if we begin to implement them in our lives, we can change our lives and empower our lives, and by doing so, serve the collective. So again, I want to share these with you today, these important, powerful messages that on this full moon are a way for you to align with what you really want for yourself and how you want to gift the planet with a higher, more high-value frequency. Hey, Danny, good to see you here. Mwah. Good to have you here. So again, I will share these prayers because I feel they're really important and valuable. And the first is again, from the Course in Miracles. When you catch yourself thinking negative, fearful, critical, harsh, judgmental thoughts about yourself or others, you can say, you take a breath, connect with it, become aware, acknowledge you're doing this, and say, I offer this up to the Holy Spirit that I may be free and that we all may be free. Or if the Holy Spirit doesn't resonate with you, I offer this up to the Divine Mother. I offer this up to God. I offer this up to the highest powers that be. In other words, recognition of those critical, negative, fearful, judgmental, whatever it is, poop thoughts, and surrendering them up to a higher power, to ask for assistance that you may be realigned with the frequency of love, of unconditional acceptance of yourself and others. And this really, the other piece of this is, please transform my perception so that I may see the truth. So what does that mean? Well, if we are all connected in the oneness of all that is, and if our thoughts create and everything is frequency, then everything we see out there is being generated in the here. So when we look out there and we see someone behaving in a way that we don't like, and we feel judgment about that, and we feel hatred or criticism or any of that, when we shift our perception and realize that that external arising in our field of awareness is actually a piece of ourselves projected outwards, then we can come to a place where we can surrender judgment. So in other words, if someone shows up at the grocery store and is elbowing their way through the line and being rude and giving a hard time to the cashier, and it's really easy to go, wow, what a rude jerk. Geez, don't they know their manners? I mean, it's really easy, right? We are trained to think this way. Who do they think they are? Didn't their mother teach them manners? Blah, blah, blah. It's really easy to be that way. That's how we're taught. And it's really easy to go, well, I am so much more polite than that. But the thing is, when we see that external manifestation of someone who's being rude or unkind, it's actually a reflection of a part of us that also carries that frequency. And sure, in the outside world, mostly you might not be manifesting that. But in the inside world, those secret thoughts, all of the judgments we hold toward others about how they're not good enough, or judgments toward ourselves about why we're not good enough, that is the same frequency. So when we start operating on the planet in this way and really start looking at everything out there is a reflection of what's in there here. And if what I see out there is fear, if what I see out there is judgment, if what I see out there is narrow-mindedness, if what I see out there is danger, if what I see out there is fill in the blank, then that is showing me something in here. And when I clean it up in here, I'm no longer needing to learn the lesson from it being out there, and that doesn't show up in my life anymore. So how do we heal and clear this? Well, again, for me, one of the biggest things is to do these forgiveness prayers. Please, I offer this up to the Holy Spirit that we may both be free. Please transform my perception so that I can see the truth. And of course, the whole Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you. Thank you. And that's not the exact Ho'oponopono prayer. I know that. That's my version, how it's worked for me. So those are two things. Then, you know, there's more. There is more. I found, as if you've listened to any of my live videos, either live or afterwards, you know I'm here in Bali, and I'm doing a lot of sound healing to actually really run new frequencies through my body. I'm eating a really clean diet here. I'm meditating every day. I'm swimming every day. I've done breath work sessions. So in other words, I'm really working on myself in a very intensive way here right now. So it all comes together. It's like I'm coming at it from all angles. And I realize that if you have a really busy life and you have a lot of responsibilities, you don't necessarily have the luxury to do this every day, and I totally get that. So what can you do? Hey Liz, welcome. Good to have you here. So what can you do to heal your mind of those toxic, unkind, judgmental, critical, separating thoughts so that you can empower your life? Again, the prayers of the Course in Miracles. Please transform my perception so I could see the truth. And you say that when you feel all wound up about something or someone in your life, so that you could see and shift, and perhaps the arising of therefore but the grace of the divine go I. And again, the other one is, I offer this up to the Holy Spirit that we may both be healed and free. And this one is, this has been the greatest gift that has been given to me by my friend and channeler, or acquaintance, friend and channeler, Tina Louise Spalding, who is channeling incredible teachings in this arena. And I've shared her link in other videos, and if you want to connect with her and learn more about her work, by all means, please leave a comment in the message below, and I will share that. So again, offering that up, surrendering your judgments and your critical thoughts, noticing when those critical, judgmental, or fearful thoughts are running, and just take a breath and go, you know what? This is not helping me. This is not helping anyone. I offer these thoughts up to the Holy Spirit, to the divine, that I may be free, and that I may shift my perception and see that we are all one in this, and that we are all loved by the divine. And that my desire is to bring forward more love, not just by my actions out in the world, but by my frequency, by holding that in the silent thoughts of my mind. So let me just tune in for a minute and notice. Hey Karen, welcome. Notice if there's anything more that I want to bring forward right now, or that wants to come forward. As I said, I've been really busy with client work this week and with readings, and I'm about to roll into a lot of teaching in a few different venues here, and teaching at the Bali Spirit Festival. So I will be quite busy. Thank you, Liz, about the beautiful necklace. It's one of my great gratitudes here. You'll be seeing more of these, as I'm partnering with a Balinese artist to create some of these for people. So keep your eyes peeled on that. But in the meantime, and again, how do we heal our minds to empower our lives? We begin the practice of forgiveness, and we begin to look into the thoughts activated in our minds when all is quiet and it seems those thoughts are secret. What are they? What are the repetitive thoughts that are non-productive and toxic, maybe even judgmental, fearful, angry, regretful, critical, all of that? And take a pause when you notice them. And do this many times a day if you can. It takes no extra time. Just notice, what am I thinking? Oh my gosh, here I am in negative thought patterns. Take a breath. Forgive yourself first. Offer them up. Because when you do that, you change your frequency. And when you change your frequency, you change your life. You really do. And it's a discipline and a practice. It's not something you do once and forget about it. It's a continual discipline to do this, because we have been trained to believe that our secret thoughts have no power, that we cannot harm anyone or ourselves with our secret thoughts. But the exact opposite is true. They're toxic. They're toxic to our field. That's why I call them poop thoughts. Too much poop in the system becomes toxic. We have to clear them out. And we do that through forgiveness of ourselves and others. We do that through the frequency of love. We don't further criticize ourselves. Hey, Sandra, welcome. We bring in the frequency of love, and we ask the divine to help us to clear these judgmental, critical thoughts out of our field so that we can come back to the frequency of love. And this, again, really is the teachings of the Course in Miracles. It's the real teachings of Jesus. And again, I am no expert in this. I just feel that I have already had such a transformation in my life. And my life has become so much more empowered, healed, and joyful. I am so able to be on my sacred path now. And this was a crucial element. And it doesn't mean I'm done with it. I do this every day. Every day I catch myself at times in unproductive or unkind thoughts, and I offer them up. I ask for forgiveness, and I ask for guidance from the Holy Spirit and the divine, that I may surrender the negative self-talk of any kind. And when I do, my life unfolds in more beautiful ways. And I want this for all of you. We are remembering and reclaiming the frequency of love. Love as a frequency that we embody. Love as a recognition of our oneness with the divine and our oneness with each other. And so on this beautiful blue moon, full moon in Libra, I extend the invitation to you to remember and reclaim the frequency of love by surrendering the toxic thoughts, by recognizing them, forgiving yourself for them, and returning to self-love and the frequency of love for others. Okay. With that, I offer you bright blessings from Bali as I go off to the next part of my day. And wherever you are in the world, I wish you bright blessings. And I wish you the frequency of love in all that you are and all that you do. Until tomorrow, much love. Mwah.